name is Jeff Cowger. I'm not a big PowerPoint guy, so I hope this is okay. I launched ineed in September 2014 out of my dorm room, and since then it has grown to be the largest local product search engine ever created. The way that we've gotten the data is through a litany of methods. We've used web crawling, APIs, building relationships on the ground with retailers, plugins and inventory systems. And that's why it's taken so long, because one of the ways that we wanted to improve ourselves and make it more of a unique product is getting unique stores that don't even have physical inventory systems onto the application. So we're walking on Newberry Street, on just general streets and neighborhoods, finding stores that don't even have an Excel file for their products and working with them so that we can digitize this inventory, open it up to them in the future for APIs, analytics, and advertising their data on our search engine. The business aspect of ineed is called Retail Jump, and we provide analytics data to retailers. A lot of it has to do with inventory optimization, so we can see traffic and when inventory is wanted in certain areas. This helps for delivery and also for positioning inventory in stores. Next, we also provide analytics related to customer profiles. We can see what people demographically, psychographically, and geographic locations are searching for. We provide that data back to retailers so they can provide targeted advertising both on the application and then on social media like Facebook. So rather than continue to bore you, I'm going to get into an actual search and show you what it looks like when you're using the application. So you can search really broadly. So I'll start the first one with colored pencils. No brand or anything. And you can see in the area around where we are, there are several options, all in local stores and large stores also. And then I can also search for an actual brand. For example, I would do like Nike shoes. And so you can see that our search includes both local products that are really broad and also local brands like this. So we're really proud of where the search is going, and it's continuing to grow. In the last 2 weeks, we've worked extensively on getting grocery information, and we're about to add hundreds of thousands of grocery stores. It's been really separated from the rest of our data because of analytics reasons and tagging reasons. We want to make the search better via tagging, and right now it's really keyword based, and so we're trying to compartmentalize the data. I can do another search. I guess I'll do backpack, and I'll show you some of the prioritization features so you can decide what type of thing you want. Here we just have a normal backpack at local stores. Maybe I want something more high-end. I'm going to go price descending and search again. And now I have my $150 North Face backpack. So it's really about getting products to people in local communities, working with local stores to help people get products quickly. And the next step for us is getting into local delivery. In negotiations with local couriers right now so that we can create this delivery mechanism for local stores where they're currently losing out to Amazon and larger couriers, things like that. The problem for us right now is that we only have a fraction of our stores that we have relationships with because we've done a lot of web crawling and API sourcing. And so the process is about finding a courier who's willing to put cards or payment methods in the hands of couriers or delivery people so we can really expand the marketplace for delivery. Other companies have done it in the past. The issue is getting someone to contract and do that with us. And then also making sure that inventory is in place, putting in inventory checks and customer satisfaction checks once you add delivery. So that's it. Thanks. Yeah.
So how do you compare to something like Google's Find Near Me?
Yeah, so what I talked about, how we have like a ton of different data methods.
Which doesn't work that well from personal experience.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Well, I appreciate that because competitor, obviously. So we've really been competing because we have, like I said, gone into local stores that don't have digital inventory management and also gone outside of just e-commerce. So working with platforms that provide inventory management rather than just inventory management for e-commerce really allows us to separate and expand our database. That's why it's bigger than Google Places and things like that. We're going to add a categories feature, which is going to allow you to see local unique stores in your neighborhood, which should hopefully compete with Google Places more than the original search does. And we're going to be able to do that by searching back products to see if if the keyword matches, then it's going to be thrown into a category and then ranking it by popularity. So you're going to find what people in the neighborhood are actually searching for rather than what's generated through e-commerce. Yeah?
So you mentioned stores that don't even have like an digitalized inventory Excel sheets. So you go in and you digitalize the inventory for them, right?
At the beginning, it was really about doing that. So I got one of the reasons I started the company is I worked at a small deli, and there was no inventory system, and there was a larger store nearby that everyone was going to. You couldn't advertise this data, and so I got down to whether it was just CSV or getting stores on like Square, which is completely free, so they can do that. If you walk in and you explain, hey, even a few of your most popular products, it's going to really help you advertise. You can start small, show them how easy the process is, and then we've now directed people to our submit page so they can upload their inventory through a bunch of different methods.
Okay, so yeah, that was my question. Do you expect them to start keeping an inventory?
Yeah, that's the ideal scenario. Good question. Yeah.
Was your goal to be agnostic of the retail merchant and more being a portfolio of just products, like a backpack? Show me everyone has a backpack.
So like I said over there, we're getting into categorization. A lot of that has to do with tagging, so that we can, sort stores as well as sort products. But make it into a profile things. Obviously, there are a lot of companies in the marketplace who do, spot different stores and different categories. So for us, we want to get into it, but it's also about pairing it with the original search because we think the search is what makes us unique. And if we can get into delivery and things like that, then I think it even more optimizes the profiles and platforms of actual stores. Yeah.
How are you doing the demographic analysis?
We're using social plugins. Yeah.
How do you make money?
How do we make money? Analytics and targeted advertising.
Who buys the analytics?
Retail companies. We had our first retail company that we launched 3 weeks ago. First company that bought analytics is a company called Detroit Bikes. I'm originally from Metro Detroit, but I launched it here because of higher density retail. The retail corridors in Detroit have really deteriorated, and so this makes sense for logistics.
Can you explain a little bit more on analytics? Do you mean that people, when they buy the stock from you guys will sell that data to them, or what's?
Yeah, exactly. So for the companies that don't have a marketplace, or especially an e-commerce marketplace, harder for them to hook up to something like Google Analytics. So for brick and mortar stores, what we do is we're getting into user management where someone's going to use their social plugin, log in on Facebook or something like that, and also geographically, especially see the trends in products and also see the trends in delivery. So seeing who's going to those stores and the results and getting products delivered from them, and then providing a customer analysis back to the store so that they can use targeted advertising and also optimize their inventory. Yeah.
How do you handle like inventory accuracy for the small deli that has French truffle pate or something?
Great question. That's
you want to go and they sorry, we're out of stock.
Exactly. So like I said, one of the biggest things is getting accuracy down. It's going to be an extremely important factor when we get into delivery because you don't want people to commit to getting something delivered and then not have it be there. So what we've done is we've tried to optimize the inventory retrieval as much as possible by getting live sourced inventory. So stores that actually have inventory management systems, that's where we hook in. And we see when there are live transactions. So we have a plugin on Square that was huge because you can see when there are transactions happening. You can keep track of peak traffic in stores through deliveries, but also see if inventory is changing. Smaller stores, it's harder to tell, so we're planning on putting in place a system where customers can tell us if products aren't in place. And so we want to incentivize stores to keep products by prioritizing them if they have the most accurate information.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks.